remember content. Is it crime? Shared my favorite movies with Sarah. She became a bigger nerd than I ever was, and that's saying something. She liked the films on their own, but she loved them because I loved them. Of the dark. Even when I wasn't there, Richard made her feel close to me. Memories, emotions, stories. Sarah wanted to capture them all like panning insects behind glass. She knew how valuable things like this were. I remember unfettered joy. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. She liked the clothes, but that's not why she loved them. She loved them because they made her feel closer to me. And no, not closer to me. Like me. I remember Tulsa, music, Dad. Not much more. Sarah thought she'd missed the concert she and Dad had been planning after I grounded her. I was always gonna let her go. It's like stepping into another world. A world with no past. Only the here and now. Isolation, rending, abandonment? Oh, a monster always leaving the hero to fend for themselves. Oh, Sarah's scripts always had a constant. Oh, how did I not see it before? Oh, Richard. Sarah's not sure how to feel about you. She knows you belong to me, but she also knows you originally belonged to Mom. I remember loneliness. An empty room and an absent parent. Oh, this isn't yearning. Oh, it's pain. A hole that never fills. I was there, even if I was hard on her. But there's something else. A sadness, a disappointment. An empty hole I could never fill. Always looking for the strange. But only ever through a keyhole. Sarah never had a true adventure. Not like Mom. Grandma indulged Sarah's sense of adventure, but she could never replace what Sarah lost without a mother to guide her. I remember disdain. A window to a world she wished had never been opened. This souvenir brings no connection, only resentment. Something's not right. Positive. Right. Dad was there for Sarah in ways that Mom wasn't. In ways that I wasn't. But that didn't change how she felt about me. Sarah was afraid I'd make her go back and beg for her job, that I'd force her to contribute to the family, but I didn't. She never forgot that. I remember feeling seen. The little sister feels safe. She could always be herself around me. I was always stuffy, stiff, practical. She wished I'd have cut loose more often and just had fun. The way we used to in our little upstairs kingdom. I was her best friend. Parent-teacher conference. Sarah's teacher asked when her mom would arrive. "She's right there," she nearly shouted, pointing at me. No one questioned us after that. Sarah wanted my approval. She thought I'd be proud. I was. But that's not what she saw. I remember gratitude for a sister who was always there. But more than a sister, a surrogate who did her best to fill a hole that never fills. She knew I had feet in two impossibly different worlds. She understood, even if we could never bring ourselves to talk about it. I remember laughter, confiding, hope. A friend crammed into a child-sized mold. Oh, Sarah Evers, my sister. You wanted to live your life. You wanted all of us to live our lives. I thought you didn't care Mom left, that you might have even looked up to her. But that's not true. You just coped in different ways. I see you, Sarah. I'm sorry I was more worried about being a parent than being your sister. It's good to see you again, to talk to you. I remember Dad. Not much, but I can feel him. Suppose I need to go downstairs and talk to him now, huh? Oof, wish me luck. Thanks, sis. Need to find Dad's relic. It's a painting. I'm looking for a painting. I remember where I broke it. I know this. I know this. Where is it? Dad? Doing my best. Still have some work to do. Where'd your painting go? Oh, there you are. Oh, the Skullman did this. Trying to keep us from our memories. Why? I remember drowning. I feel like I'm being swept away by a raging current. Dad could never find his footing, even within the things that brought him joy. Everyone gave up on Dad, even those he paid to fix him. A reputation around town. He had so much to offer, but no one could ever see past his rumpled surface. I remember lack of control, the threads of life ensnaring and constricting a drowning man. Dad couldn't keep up. He tried so hard, but all he ever felt was chaos. I remember a happy escape. just facsimiles. Shameful facades for people who can't cut it on real-world adventures. He's not a Cunningham. He's just an Evers. I remember confusion. Dad wanted to capture everything. Can't run the risk of losing precious memories. The staff tried to confiscate this at the gates, but he convinced them. Some things are worth fighting for. I remember pride. I remember an understanding. Kept this from us. No peeking at the wizard behind the curtain. We all had a great time. Even me. I remember a happy escape. Like the cares of the world have melted away. He wants to stay here. In a land of fantasy, where he and his daughters can journey forever. Without a care in all the worlds. It's fleeting, he knows, but it's nice. No mistakes. Only happy accidents. Rob was a kindred spirit to Dad. They understood the true value of art. There's talent here. Dad wasn't willing to sacrifice family for success. No regrets. But he ponders the what-ifs of his potential. didn't want to let me go. I was his firefly. He never could follow his own advice. I remember elation, validation. He did it. Dad was accepted to an artist residency because his work was good. It is good, but he turned it down. There are more important things for him in Harvest. He has more pride in his family than his art. Oh, I'm missing something. Remember, positive, Joni. I remember shame, regret. Nothing gets better. This isn't fair. He never feels in control. Oh, you're not supposed to feel powerless in your own body. Dad wanted to be there for us. He wanted to be our anchor. That's just not who he is. It tore him up inside. Everyone talks about what he could do, what he couldn't do, what he wouldn't do. Once I stepped in at school for Sarah, he stopped showing his face around town. I remember shame, regret. He's not there for his daughters when they need him. Why can't he be there? Oh, he wishes he could press reset, the way his daughters do on the games they play. But he's afraid that wouldn't make a difference. Things would just play out the same way. Mom's scent is long gone, but her memory is here. He carried it with him. But in the end, he couldn't bear to be near it. She gave these to him on the day she left. She was so matter-of-fact about it. He didn't understand, but he was proud, determined he'd look out for us. Dad would return to this picture time and time again, as if staring long enough might bring him answers. I remember love, then confusion, a trip like so many before. There's something to celebrate, a future, but it's not what happened. Dad's at a loss. What went wrong? Why did she leave? He never understood. Sarah saw Dad in a different light. She appreciated all his little quirks. To her, they weren't weaknesses. They were superpowers. To think she'd reach back out when she was the one who torched the bridge. Maybe she thought he'd do all the work to rebuild it. Forgiveness doesn't work like that. Left behind. Outsiders. Misunderstood. Maybe Sarah's love of retro tech started here. Oh, it was their way of letting each other know they weren't alone. I remember an understanding. Dad was so proud of Sarah. He never imposed, never forced his interests on her, but she came to them anyway, like a moth to flame. Such creativity, such imagination. Seeing her, he thinks maybe there isn't anything wrong with him. After all, things do get better. I remember chores, errands, responsibilities, all abandoned. Fixations, playing in the dirt patches of the mind. Colson Evers, my father. Oh, they're not dirt patches. They're beautiful pools, infinite wells of passion and imagination. Mom hurt you, but you didn't understand why. And then I hurt you. I called you a fraud. You're the farthest thing from a fraud. I see you, Dad. I'm sorry I couldn't trust you. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you in the way you needed me. I remember. I feel like myself again. We did it. You haven't called me that in a long time. Are you really here? Did the Skullman trap your spirit or something? Oh. So you're... what? Echoes given life? Conscious memories? Ghosts? But how? Why have I never seen you before? So, you're just byproducts? I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand. If the Skullman did this, brought you to life, even if he didn't mean to, does that mean he's in control?